Welcome, LinkedIn family. I hope everybody is doing well, and welcome to another edition of Women for Empowerment, W4E. Today we have a very special guest with us, Norma, and of course we have our co-host Abhijit as always.
Hey Tom, thank you so much. Norma, first of all, I want to thank you for taking time for this initiative. But not me and Tom, we know a lot about you, but I would still like you to introduce yourself so that LinkedIn family can know more about you.
Well, thank you. First of all, I want to thank you both for the honor of inviting me to do this. I believe in empowering women, and what a wonderful platform. It's also my first time being on video on LinkedIn, so you both have made it comfortable for me to test the water, so to speak. I've been in recruiting for 20 years, and I have enjoyed pretty much every bit of it. I enjoy meeting people. I love building the relationships that allow me to see what they're able to offer in their talent and what motivates them and how they can contribute to an organization. One of the things that I have also done is worked as a talent acquisition manager, and what was so wonderful about that was the fact that I was able to get into the corporate environment to see how even manufacturing plays in with software engineering, hardware. It was a very wonderful 10 years of my experience, and it allows me to see how people can work together, and that really makes a big difference in the way that I recruit.
Wow, wonderful.
So that is who I am.
Nice. Thank you. Amazing answer. Very impressive career so far, and I think some of the listeners would love to hear what were some of the highlights. What got you to this point?
Well, you won't believe it, but I actually went into recruiting by accident. I didn't know what to do after a layoff with a mortgage company. The company had closed. It was during the recession and the housing crash in Washington State, and so I asked a friend of mine, what do you think I should do? She said to go see a recruiter. That recruiter said, you know everybody in the mortgage industry, why don't you get into it? There's a couple down the hall that they're placing people. And so I went and I started. In those days and in that company, because it was such a startup, there was only fax machines and a telephone book. So I would fax an announcement every morning to all these different companies. Usually I had a stack of 35 and say, see Norma if you need some help with your staffing. One day a software company called and said that they needed help staffing their help desk. I didn't know what that was. I thought, okay, whatever. I stopped at the drugstore to pick up a simple contract. I'll do this if you pay me that. And that's how I started.
Wow.
And within a month, I placed the help desk. And the funny story about it is I tripled my income. But when I got the check, I went and cashed it all in 20s. I took it home, I threw it on the bed, and I rolled in it.
I love this. Amazing.
So that's what certainly the money, but more importantly, it was getting to know people and building relationships.
Yeah.
And from there, I went to an IT staffing firm that was an international firm. And in that company, I had no idea what IT was. I knew that in Seattle, you picked coffee, computers, or airplanes. I picked computers so I could learn. And the learning curve was very steep. I had, again, wonderful people to help me to suggest to help where I could learn. And I stopped putting and correcting C++. I thought it was always a misspell. I would always take the pluses out of there. But in all of that, the basic thing was to listen, to really understand. Active listening goes a long way. And I built relationships, and I had so many people coming in from referrals, and I enjoyed every minute. Within 16 months, I went from not knowing anything to number 3 out of 180 national recruiters. So what that did was made me realize hard work, understanding, listening to understand, and that communication piece is so very important.
Fabulous, fabulous. So Norma, I have a question. Like, how do you manage work-life balance?
Okay, well, that's hard because I started working at home as I have a business where I work with small businesses to enhance their staffing needs and their talent acquisition. Usually if they are not in a situation where they have their own talent acquisition manager and yet they're growing, they could hire me on a project basis to do their recruiting, to set up their onboarding, their succession plan and all that. And because I'm so excited about the business, I can work till 3 in the morning.
Wow.
Repeatedly, and it's not good. So I have good family, good friends, they keep me balanced. And the other surprising thing is that my LinkedIn family has really helped me to balance.
Great. That's great. That's great. Talking about LinkedIn family, what message would you like to give the LinkedIn community about diversity, inclusion, and equality? Big question, but...
Yeah, big question. But again, it goes down to some simple things. You know, right now we have a war on talent, war for talent, and we need to inspire our young people. Our LinkedIn family can do much towards that. We need to reach out at the middle school age to inspire these young people to really start to understand how they might be able to contribute to the world and not have it be this separate area that they might get to once they graduate college. But then it's just too late.
Absolutely.
So I think that what we're doing on LinkedIn is wonderful. The communicating, the collaborating, the providing platforms such as this for everyone to contribute.
Yeah.
Starts to enhance everyone, including myself for sure, my confidence in being able to speak about what's important to me and to you and to whoever is willing to voice that opinion.
Absolutely.
And the more that we keep doing that, the more we are able to include so many, and then we have true community.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. I mean, I really love this, and you know, for me personally, it is a big learning because, you know, I'm also in the same industry, into recruitment and training and all that stuff. So for personally, it's a big learning for me, and I'm very sure the kind of answers and the way you have had this discussion with us, it is going to, you know, inspire and motivate a lot of people out there. So Norma, thank you so much for this. And I have a special message for LinkedIn fam. Like, if you have any suggestions, any feedback, please feel free to reach out to us, and we will definitely love to hear from you, and we are here to, you know, improve and get better. So thank you so much, Norma, and Mr. Tom, thank you so much. See you later.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Norma.
Bye.